Hey guys, Cam of Cam and Focus here. This isn't going to be one of my regular videos. I just got, a little something I gotta kind of get off my chest here, so rant incoming, be prepared. So, with all the recent news regarding upcoming Star Wars projects, obviously I was, excited to be excited about it. But what did I get? A whole bunch of everybody talking about how pissed off they are that Daisy Ridley is reprising her role as Rey and that the sequels aren't getting decanonized. Which, obviously they weren't. It got me thinking, does the fandom affect how the fans enjoy Star Wars? Short answer, yes it can. Not for everyone sure, but for me personally it does. Now, I don't speak for everyone, but since I'm not a one-of-a-kind Star Wars fan, I'm sure that some of you will be able to relate. The fandom ruins the excitement and therefore the experience. So let me explain my stance on Star Wars. Sure, there are some things that I don't really enjoy. I don't really like the prequels much. I don't like a good portion of the Clone Wars. Season 1 of Bad Batch and Rogue One aren't that great either. But I'm still glad they exist. I'm glad that they provide an expanded story to the stories I'm already familiar with, regardless of whether or not I agree with the decisions made within them. And every now and then, I will still revisit those things in order to re-experience them, because it's all one story. But hey, God forbid that I say that The Last Jedi is my favorite Star Wars film, otherwise I'll get crucified. If I say I didn't like Rogue One, they'll say I'm not a real Star Wars fan and I just don't get it. If I say that I don't care that the old expanded universe was officially declared non-canon, then I'm a Disney shill. If it wasn't obvious already, if you want a shining example of how disgusting the fandom can be, look no further than YouTube and all the videos trying to drag down Daisy Ridley after the announcement of her return. Check this one out. He tries to say that no one applauded when she took the stage, but then there's this.
Okay, come on out. Whoa, whoa.
People are spreading blatant lies in an attempt to lessen her accomplishment for the sake of talking to their echo chamber of fake fans and getting clicks. It's gross. So where am I going with this? You can't go anywhere on the internet regarding Star Wars without someone complaining about it. You can't click on any article, any post about Star Wars without seeing someone bringing up their dislike for the sequel trilogy. Hell, all you have to do is go into the Facebook search bar and type in Daisy Ridley's name, and you'll be bombarded by a barrage of bitter children who can't believe that their supposedly unified hatred didn't affect the franchise. Daisy Ridley's back? Wah! Keep her away from Star Wars! Fire her! The sequels aren't being retconned? Wah! They're still trash though! The collective attitude of the fandom makes me embarrassed to be a Star Wars fan. I don't want to be associated in the same breath as people like that. And now because of that, I've become a little tentative when it comes to declaring myself as someone who loves the franchise because it calls forth images of someone who whines like a child about it. All of this also lessens my excitement for future projects because I know that it's all going to turn into one of two things. Either one, people are going to endlessly complain that it's not exactly what they wanted, or two, they're going to use the quality of those projects as a jumping off point to further try to discredit Daisy Ridley's project and the sequels. Did those movies hurt you so much that now you've got some kind of pathological obsession over them? Some kind of weird Star Wars Stockholm Syndrome? However, there's the opposite side of the coin as well. A lot of fans who idolize the sequels use their supposedly superior love for Star Wars as a way to one-up the haters. They act like it's their holy mission to raise everything sequel-related onto a pedestal and wage war against detractors. But they don't understand that by constantly fighting that fight, they're only giving the other side more ammo to use against them. Star Wars has become competitive among its own fan base, and honestly, I find that pretty disgusting. The attitude of the fans makes it hard for me to look forward to the future of Star Wars because all the future holds is more complaining, more trolling, more negativity. I don't want to engage in Star Wars groups anymore. I don't want to discuss the lore with people. Every time some big Star Wars event happens, my faith in the fandom trickles away a little more because the fans on both sides of the spectrum are so entitled that they feel like they own the franchise and that it should be subject to their whims, and that's sad. I want to look forward to these things. I want to enjoy my love for these stories, but when I think about them, I now can't help but think about the other people who think about them, and that's not how it should be. Obviously this doesn't apply to all Star Wars fans. There are a few of you that are reasonable, but otherwise they act like by getting more of what they love, they're getting something taken away in the process, and I just don't get that. But what do you guys think? Am I being too harsh? What's your opinion on the state of the fandom? Let me know in the comments. Okay, rant over. Yeah, kind of a different video, but you know, I was gonna upload something else. I was gonna upload a video about, like, you know, darker moments in kids' movies that you hadn't considered. But with the with Star Wars Celebration and all the news and stuff that's been coming out about that, I kind of had to change direction. So I decided to go with this. And yeah, I really just had to get it off my chest. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know. Rant over. Have a wonderful day.